Hello, social media land. Today is Wednesday, June 14th, and if it's Wednesday, that means you are here with me and my co-host for the conversation. Welcome tonight. We have our 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 co-host, our guest co-host. He's family, but we have our brother Darius. Is
AKA
here.
being a Black Panther.
And we have Shaq. We have me, Shaq, and Darius. We're gonna hold it down today.
We got this.
We have our other co-hosts are. Some people are out of town. Some people had last-minute things come up. So we are going to do what we do tonight. Hold on, I just need to. You know how I do. I have to fix some.
Yeah, you need that 5 minutes.
Yeah, I need to do some technical. Okay, there we are.
That's all right. You got the link.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, welcome. We have lots of stuff to talk about today. We're going to get right through it. We have hot topics. We have some politics stuff to talk about. We have our fashion files, of course. And then I have some housekeeping stuff I need to talk about that's going on here in Chicago that I want to announce and talk about. And I know Darius has some stuff that's coming up this week and he wants to talk about. So we're going to let's start with that stuff. Let's start with our housekeeping. So, last time, my friend Daryl and I, my producing partner Daryl and I were talking about the new docuseries that we're producing. We are still accepting candidates and entries. If you are interested, if you are part of the LGBTQ plus community here in Chicago and are very swole, I guess, entertainment community, and you have a story to tell and you're charismatic, we want to talk to you. Please email 2 headshots and a brief bio about yourself to villainproductions1@gmail.com. That is villainproductions1@gmail.com. We are accepting entries, I think, for 1 more week, or I think Dale said 1 more week. So get them in, please. Again, it's villainproductions1@gmail.com. So there's that. And then, what'd you say, Darius?
Now, do I have to be in Chicago?
You have to be in the Cook County, Chicagoland area. It just makes it easier for filming and, you know, how that goes.
You know, I got talent, you know, brother. I could fly in.
I know you have talent. We all have talent. Some might say other, but we do. But you know what, Darius? Who knows? I might fly you out, have a pop up in the scene and cause some drama.
Now I got a question. If I fly, are you gonna give me the Nene treatment? Am I gonna get first class?
You can get. You might be lucky if you get a Greyhound.
You know what? You gonna give me first class in Spirit, y'all.
You're gonna have to catch a ride with somebody.
It's our first season budget. You know them first seasons are. You know how it goes. Maybe second season I can get you business class on Spirit.
Lord, you see, you can't try the Spirit by the Spirit with Spirit.
You know what? Listen, as a person who flies fat and black, I love me some Spirit. I get the big seat up front, baby. It gets it done.
I can't get it.
I'll be feeling like I'm in a sharecropper plane.
I can't do it.
Hey, if you want a bigger seat on the budget, Spirit will deliver, and it's right up front. That's the only way I
actually catch me. I will come.
Yeah.
All right, so that's that, and then coming this Friday, we are holding. If you are a dancer in the city of Chicago, we're having an invited dance call this Friday, the 16th. For our performance at Pride Fest, Pride in the Park, and we have some other performances and prides coming up this summer. You know, we performed at Kalamazoo Pride a couple weeks ago, and that kind of opened the floodgates. I got a whole bunch of emails after that wanting me to bring my act to Pride here and another Pride in Wisconsin. So there's a lot of performances coming up. So if you are a dancer, you're proficient in hip hop, jazz, musical theater, I want to see you Friday night. Come out and audition. It's going to be a brief dance call. Wear black. Bring headshot and resume. It's from 8 to 10 at the Water Tower on Michigan Avenue. I think the address is 835 North Michigan, 4th floor, the exhibit house. You need to be there from 7:30 to 7:45 because they lock the doors of the Water Tower at 8. So if you come after 8, you won't be able to get in. That's what security told us. They're not letting anybody in after 8. So again, this Friday, Water Tower, 835 North Michigan Avenue, 4th floor. Please wear black and headshot and resume. If you have any questions, you can DM me or you can call me if you have my number, but you probably don't. So DM me or you can email villainproductions1@gmail.com as well for that. Woo! Darius, I know you have something coming up this weekend. We already know about it, but if someone's watching, you want to tell them?
Yes, I sent you something too in your inbox. But you guys know that this month is Pride Month everywhere, and
yes,
I am a board member. Yes, for St. Pete Pride, and we have an event called Shades of Pride that we started last year, and this year it's going to be great. It's going to be a festival. We have T.S. Madison back with us again, and this year we also have Milan Christopher. This is going to be about 5 or 6 different events in one. We have our brother King Jibes.
Slow down, Darius, because I'm trying to get your photo.
Okay, we have our brother King Jibes, myself, Jazz, and London, who will do a live show with T.S. Madison on Saturday. So that's gonna be hot, and he has a surprise for everyone. So and I will tell you that this entire event is free. So if you can get to St. Petersburg, we do have some VIP sections, but you don't have to pay nothing to get in. Now, if you want to sit VIP, that's another matter.
I'm still thinking about it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, it's gonna be a time. We have a panel of 6 Black trans women who will do a panel discussion. With a lot of the legislation and the things going on in many of our states concerning the LGBTQIA community, specifically trans women. That will be moderated by T.S. Madison. We have a local LGBTQIA group that specializes in the arts, poetry, all kinds of things, called the Blunt Space. They're going to do a poetry slam. We have poets from all across the area that are coming, cash prizes. We have a ball. Shout out to Yummy. We have a ball, y'all, that will be a part of this festivity. And we're giving away lots of money for the ball. And of course, we have our after party with T.S. Madison and Milan Christopher, along with some of the amazing entertainers that you see at the bottom of the flyer. I am already tired. I will be glad when this event is over. And I still have the rest of the month to go, but I am so excited about this event and what we're doing. So if you can get to St. Petersburg, the Tampa Bay area, get here.
Here's the flyer, you guys.
And I need y'all to send that to me too, so I can get that posted around. Oh, I'll grab it off Facebook. Don't even worry. I'll grab it.
I'll send it to you.
Yes, that's the flyer. Milan and T.S. Madison at the top. We are so proud of the work our brother Darius is doing. I just respect him so much. I'm so proud of him. So anyone who has anything negative to say about Darius or anything,
it's all right, brother. It's all right when you speak negatively of you, because honestly, if you weren't making moves and doing things, they wouldn't be talking.
Right.
That part.
Right. So if you're in the Florida area or the south of our country, Georgia, Florida, anywhere near there, and you don't have anything to do this weekend, go. I wish I could go. Please support our brother.
By the spirit, brother.
What'd you say?
By the spirit.
You're right.
I don't know. Every time we talk about it, I'm like, man.
Let me know if you want to come down
there. I got peoples down there.
You got time, I can make some things happen.
But we like I said, we really appreciate Darius and everything he does for the community. So like I said, go out and support if you can.
Can I say something real quick? And
yes,
I know
yes, you may.
This event is not about me. I got involved in this organization a couple of years ago just because I felt like I didn't see, when I went to these events, I didn't see people that looked like us. And I didn't experience events that catered to people that look like us. And so I'm proud in the almost 3 years that I've been a part of this organization, we've seen significant growth in terms of our being more culturally inclusive, diverse, and being equitable in our events and the things that we do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm involved. It's not about me personally.
That's
and
awesome.
I believe in opening the door for other people, which is why you see some of the folks that you see a part of this event. And I'm already looking forward to next year and branching out and doing more and making it bigger each year.
That's great. I wish more people would do that instead of talking negative. Get involved, make a change.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, it's those that don't do that love to complain the loudest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
I got that flyer, and I'm definitely gonna have that all over the place. Guess we need to dive on in, huh?
All minds clear?
All minds
clear. Hearts and minds, Pastor.
Okay, so let's go into our first story. My girl is in the news, and I'm really scared for her. I'm worried for her, but we're going to see what happens with this. Wendy Williams has been just going down, taking a downward spiral. I heard she's back in a treatment facility as we speak. Mm-hmm. Her son, Kevin, was told, the Sun Times is reporting that the judge, Lisa Sokoloff, who was covering the former TV host guardianship case, said she would charge Kevin Jr. With kidnapping if he didn't help with getting his mom back to New York while he was helping take care of her. Kevin went on to say how he wishes he could step in to help his mother out, but he's just worried about being taken into custody if he tries to intervene. If he says, in quotes, if there was a way that I could help that wouldn't end up with me being arrested, I would be doing that, he added. The Sun also reported that they reached out to the judge who allegedly told Kevin he would be arrested, and the response they received back read, as this is a pending matter, it would not be appropriate to comment further. So, to me, I'm going to say this. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, and I know people will look at me funny, but when her ex-husband was involved, we didn't hear all of this. It seems like Wendy has a lot of the wrong people surrounding her right now, and it doesn't seem like it's getting any better. Darius, what do you think about this?
So I don't know. This could have been going on when she was still with Kevin. It could have just been when she found out about the cheating and all that, and he left. This just could have been this just could have been the event that really just collapsed the dam,
Yeah.
I think she knew that man was cheating on her well before it became public. I think I read that she's been battling alcoholism. And that seems to be some of what is going on with her. And obviously she's drinking to numb her pain. I'm presuming. But I don't think Kevin Jr. is in a position to help his mom. I mean, he's 21 years old. I don't think he knows how to help his mom. And I do share his concerns that there are people that are probably trying to take advantage of her and her fortune.
Mm-hmm. Well, if not him, then who?
But I don't think he is equipped. It's just
there comes a time when we have to step in for our parents, and sometimes it's before we're ready. But
yeah, I don't know,
because he has to have created that pathway for us to do it, though, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, that's tough. I think I
can I talk about that? Kevin Jr. looks so much better.
You did say that. Yeah, he's grown into his looks.
We don't talk about the children, even the grown children. But I agree that he looks better.
He grown.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with what Ashleigh said about her ex-husband. I regardless of the troubles they had, things were in order, but that's because she had someone who was there, who was taking care of the business and who benefited from the business, right? because at the end of the day, Wendy Williams was a very successful business. So never mind what was going on between them personally, it was to his benefit to make sure that things were handled. I think that she's lost maybe her center by losing that marriage. And obviously there are reasons why the marriage wasn't good for her, but business wise, I think it was. And I do think that, you know, all the things that are happening to her, it's something we all have to think about: aging and being alone, right? Who
Right.
takes care of us?
Right.
Who handles our business? Do we have a good team around us? And I mean, you know, we can get taken advantage of by people who love us. So I mean, this can happen to anyone. It happens to people all the time, and our circle needs to be tight. And I do think that as parents, we also need to possibly prepare our children for the brand and for the things they will need to do. And even at 21, where, you know, yeah, kids are silly and you're still learning, like, you know, business is business. That's his mother. Maybe he won't be able to figure everything out, but he can look out for his mother's well-being. But she would have had to create the pathway for him to do that. And we don't know what that paperwork looks like. So I think this is a very sad situation all the way around.
Can I pose a question to you guys? Do you think that Kevin could come back in a professional? Do you think it would work if he came back just in a professional setting with her?
If she could, if they could get it past the emotional stuff, but I think it could though.
Darius, you said no.
I don't think she could. I don't think there's any way she could separate. And this is honestly, and this to be honest, this is why sometimes it ain't good to mix your love and your money.
That part. Y'all, money, I don't know what the situation is between them. We only know what we've seen, you know, through blogs and on TV and everything. And so you don't know what their personal relationship is. Maybe they could. I don't know if she could get past her emotional issues. But I mean, if the business work, the business work. If a good manager is a good manager. But do I think it would help her? I doubt it. At this point, you just need people who you trust and who have your back. And
I think she need to focus on her recovery. She need to focus on getting herself together. I think her time in the spotlight, and being honest, for right now at least, I think it's over. It's done. And I dare say, just being honest, I feel like her time is done. And she needs to just focus on getting herself together so she can live a good quality of life.
Yeah, she needs to. Her health needs to stop being the story. So,
yeah. Do you notice that a lot of talk show hosts, once they end their talk show career, you don't hear from, like, Sally Jesse Raphael. You don't hear a lot from her. They just enjoy life. Rolanda, you don't hear a lot from her. Maury, they just enjoy their millions. They don't necessarily try to come back in and try to have another career. I think Oprah is the closest one that we've seen try to do other stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, her story is sad. I would love to just see her somewhere having lunch and having brunch and hanging out with celebrities and just spending her money. That's what I wish we saw her doing.
Right.
Yeah. I think you think about it too. I mean, these people spend so much of they spend their lives in the public eye all the time. And so, you know, for us to be talking about her health issues, that's something that honestly we shouldn't even know.
We should not.
Right.
We should not.
Well, we'll be praying for Wendy, and let's hope, like Shaq said, we see her in the future, you know, just being a socialite and being fabulous with her Gucci furs, walking in flip-flops around Manhattan. Moving on. So, let me find.
Hi, Kevin.
Y'all crazy. Y'all's president is back in the news.
Don't do us. Don't do us.
I voted for Sleepy Joe.
Donald Trump is letting it be known that nothing will stop him from running for president in 2024. Trump had a conversation with Politico Saturday and said he will continue his 2024 run for the White House even if he is federally convicted on all 37 counts relating to his handling of classified documents. In quotes, he said, "I'll never leave." Trump said in an interview on his private plane, "Look, if I would have left, I would have left prior to the original race in 2016. That was a rough one. In theory, that was not doable." In quotes. What do we think about this? Do we think he'll be convicted?
So,
no.
I think there's a high probability that his lawyers are going to advise him to plea out. There's the 37 counts. that we know about, those were the things that they felt it was safe to disclose to the public. Trust and believe there is more. So this is serious. I don't care how he tries to spin it. This is serious. I don't know if he'll ever sit there in prison, but what they want, his best interest is going to be to plea out. Because the best thing we can, I think he should go to prison. He still has this situation. He still has a potential indictment in Georgia. He still has the January 6th investigation going on. So this ain't finna get no better for him. And honestly, if this were you and I that did 1/10 of what this man did, we'd have been locked up for 450 years. So lock that old bastard up for 250,000 years, and let's keep it going.
I don't think it's happening. I believe it when I see it. But with that being said, at this point in time, the severity of the charges, the amount of charges, the back and the forth, I mean, it's just unprecedented for a sitting president. I mean, he has blown that stuff with Nixon out of the water. Like, I know many Trump supporters. I find it hard to believe at this point that any Trump supporter can say that he is 110% not guilty at this point. The charges are just too extensive. I mean, and the paper trail is almost pristine.
They got him on tape. They got his voice on tape.
At this point, if you like him, you just like him, but you cannot deny he is just taking full advantage.
And notice, if you listen to the people that are trying to defend him, nobody is saying he didn't do it.
Yeah.
How ironic is it that you can go to prison and be convicted of a felony and not be able to vote for president, but you can commit a felony and run and become president?
You
can't be president. If you are a felon, you cannot hold.
Yeah, if he's convicted.
I misspoke. I'm sorry. You can commit a crime that is a felony, but you can still run for president.
Yeah,
that's just so ironic to me that we have no laws.
What he's betting on is that they can delay this case until after the election because of the severity of these cases, the level of charges, like you just said, this is unprecedented. So what they're going to try to do is play the long game. They're going to try to delay this out past the election. And if let's say he gets the Republican nomination, and let's say he wins the general election, even though I don't think he will. If he wins the general election and he's sworn in as president, they can't go after him then.
Yeah. And let's go back to this being unprecedented. That's exactly why this is happening, right? No one has dared. No one has dared to do what he's done. There has still been some level of dignity, no matter who was in the White House up until this time. So this is next level stuff right here. And so when we talk about, well, why don't we have laws against it? Why wouldn't we? Like, why would anyone who was running for office or who had been in office behave in this way? Actually, one of the pillars of running from office is that you have a clean background, right? Like, you are vetted within an inch of your life before you get before the party rallies behind you. And so what's going on with Trump is next level. Like I said, even what happened with Richard Nixon doesn't compare. And Richard Nixon was the worst example we had.
I don't think people understand truly how dangerous this situation is.
Yeah, this is next level. I'm sure we'll have laws moving forward.
Yeah, but you are talking about defense information on our defenses on other countries. You're talking about nuclear capabilities. You're talking about the shit that could really blow us all the fuck up.
Yeah, they make movies about stuff like this. This is the plot of a movie.
And he had this stuff in a toilet, in conference rooms. He had it. He was moving it about different places. This is serious, and I don't know if people really understand the magnitude of how serious this is. For all we know, he could have been selling that damn shit to other countries.
Yeah, we don't know.
Then Jared and I'm just conjecting. Didn't Jared and Ivanka just get about $2 billion from the Saudis?
Whew.
You're correct.
You know, I think the most dangerous thing of all is just how this makes our country look on the world stage. And
they're not going to trust us. They're not going to kill us.
Yes, and that we are political theater right now. This makes a mockery of really important things that are happening behind the scenes. And for everybody's on the internet, everybody's online now. They're all watching us, and we look very foolish. And
Well, we're gonna keep watching it. We have another year and some change to see how this pans out.
It's gonna be interesting.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
This is gonna be the longest running episodic soap opera.
Yeah,
it will be. With that being said, though, I can't say enough that as much as I hate to see it, how much I wish that level of gumption was within a Democratic nominee. Because let me tell you, the part of this is crazy, but it's also why his support is so high. Because he comes through for his supporters. He acts for his supporters.
Well, in the Republican Party, they really stick together. Like Donald Trump said, he could go out in the middle of Manhattan and shoot someone, and
they'll be on there talking about.
Yeah,
stood his ground.
I saw a video. I think it was Monday, or Tuesday, whenever that was. He had to report to Miami. There were a group of Trump supporters. There was this black guy who had a like F Trump sign or something like that. And it's always curious to Trump supporters to me because they be looking like the most broke down, poor, uneducated looking people I have ever seen in my life.
Those are the ones they show us.
Yeah, and they literally was about to
they show us.
Luckily, the police pulled up when they did. Now I said, now this fool, his lying ass got some people that would really go the distance for him.
Oh yeah. You're right.
On high places too. You know, that's the caricature that they put out there about Trump supporters. I have worked in corporate America with many Trump supporters, with people who are well off and educated. So, you know, let's not believe what they show on TV. You know, like
right.
All of them are hillbilly beers in the yard.
I got a question. Who y'all think do Donald Trump wig?
Next case. Moving on.
Oh my God.
Moving on. So Jocelyn Hernandez has been in the news. She was arrested on multiple charges following her brutal brawl after the celebrity exhibition in Miami this week. Basically, I just think it's time for her. How old is Jocelyn?
Nobody actually knows.
Nobody knows, but this stuff gets tired. Like,
well, I mean, she ain't got nothing else. That's her whole persona. She went from the pole to
I love me some Jocelyn.
You know, I would be so embarrassed if my mom was out fighting and throwing drinks on people and doing cocaine. Like,
actually, that's how we know her. We know her for being on the pole and for jumping on holes.
So you don't think there should be any? You don't think at any point you should evolve?
That's what brought her to the party, and she's sticking with it.
Evolve. Hold on, does evolution always pay the bills?
Some people are content where they are.
This lady is an entertainer. All right.
And some people ain't gonna never go no further than what they are. I ain't saying that's her necessarily, but
yeah, I'm just saying
everybody ain't gonna see.
You have to evolve tremendously for it to still bring in views.
Brother, I got one statement that'll kill all this. She on Zeus Network.
Okay, so I guess
y'all know I got Zeus. My cousin put Zeus on my TV. I love TV watching the little Zeus. She fit right in over there. That's good TV. I don't care what y'all say.
Okay, so I guess yeah, well, we wish Jocelyn the best.
Hey, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Well, she said that she was clean. She just came out last week.
Did you see the same video I saw? Okay.
You said what?
Did you see the same video I saw? That type of energy comes from a substance. You know, maybe she just had a lot of tequila. I don't know, but it was something. And I'm just saying, there's a possibility that something was something there. Cause yeah, she was lit.
Well, maybe she just bought that life. She might just be
that too. Okay, that's fair too.
I mean, if you watch Jocelyn Cabaret, you'll clearly see she bought that life.
I love Jocelyn. I love Jocelyn Cabaret. And I don't believe she about that life. But I don't know if you also noticed, but in every episode of Jocelyn's Cabaret, there was a cup. There was a glass. There was
somebody that chance say tequila don't do that.
That's what I'm just saying. Did you see the poor girl that she sucker punched as she was walking? Just bah! You know, just that girl just happened to be in the wrong direction.
I don't even know what happened, but I'm gonna say she deserved that shit because you should have known Ron Johnson, baby. You should watch yourself at all times.
That woman was just walking. I promise you, she was just walking.
If you gonna be around
She
Jocelyn,
walked in the wrong
it's certain
direction,
people.
baby. That's
It's
all
certain
that.
people. It's certain people. If you gonna go around them,
I
you
wish we
know,
had that clip.
you need to watch your
Because
surroundings.
you could see the
Jake,
way she hit that
who
girl.
is that? Someone Charles said I have a Zeus subscription, but I also am ghetto. So hey,
You can relate, baby. Okay, you can
right.
relate.
Well, like I said, we wish her the best.
I love Jocelyn. I don't care.
Especially for
okay, baby.
I hope she don't get no real time, because
it'll be good for the next season.
Right. Moving on. Our girl Nene is in the news again. So Real House of Atlanta producers scrub Nene leaks from flashback scenes as their legal battle rages on and Nene responds. So one thing is for certain, like Darius says, no matter how much you try to erase Nene, when you think of Real Housewives, hell, Real Housewives franchise period, you think of Nene Leakes.
you do.
She is the originator. She's the OG. So
Correct.
No matter how hard they try to erase her from the franchise, we all know who did it, who put it on the map. But at the same time, I was under the impression that Nene had asked them to stop using her likeness on the show. Did you guys hear about that?
Why they did it?
Did you guys hear about that?
I feel like I heard about that once, but I don't know that that's stuck. I don't know that that's stuck.
She could, but I mean, keep it also in mind when she signed on and she signed her name in that dotted line, any imagery or anything that was, on there contractually owns it.
I don't know how it benefits them not to feature her in something unless it is based on litigation at the time and them fighting over money. I feel like that's the only reason why they would do that. I mean, she's Nene Leakes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got a question.
Yes.
Because we know Nene Leakes is the show. Now, we was talking about this when we went on. I think they should settle with Nene, bring Nene back, and I think some of them present cast members need to go.
I'm not really a fan of that show as much now, and not that I ever truly was, but I watched it here and there. But I'd be lying if I say I didn't tune into the clips whenever.
Yeah, it's time for some of them to go like Juice.
I often get asked if I had a magic wand and I could cast a show. I think you need to bring back Nene. You need to have Kim Zolciak, because Nene and Kim work together. You need to have
everything that happened with Kim. I would love to see that.
Kim
well, Kim's coming back regardless now. But if I had my choice, it'd be Nene, Kim. I'd give Claudia a go around again. I'd bring Mariah from Married to Medicine on. I'd bring Portia back. I would
even bring Quad.
I could see that.
I would bring Phaedra too. I would bring Phaedra back.
I
like Phaedra.
I would keep Sheree and Kenya just for the mess. And I would keep Marlo because Marlo definitely brings the mess too.
Basically anything but what we got now.
Did you guys hear that Tammy Roman put her hat in the ring and they said she was not their brand? She's not what they're looking for?
They said she's too ghetto.
I love me some Tammy.
They said she's too ghetto.
That's what I heard.
Really?
She put her hat in the ring for.
You mean too real? You mean too real is what you mean?
I don't know what they said.
Was she wanted a peach, or was she just gonna be a friend of the show?
Whatever.
A peach. She wanted to be a peach, and they told her no.
Tammy Roman gonna say
a friend of the show.
Tammy Roman gonna say it. But have that cigarette right here, and then she gonna say it.
The word on the street is Tammy and Evelyn are going back to Basketball Wives next season, so that should be good. No comment. You guys don't watch that show?
Okay. No, she did go over that. She did go over that.
Y'all done lost me. Yeah,
that's for her speed.
Yeah. Well,
y'all trying to take my third card over here and watch the
it's hard as much shit as the girls on Housewives like to talk. They really ain't no girls that like to scrap.
Yeah. Well,
basketball wise, you might get slung.
Yeah.
Let's hope that
and Tammy would swing. I see what you mean, because yes, Tammy would swing.
Hold on, you guys. Keep talking.
Yeah, Tammy would definitely swing.
You remember? Yeah, the only fights I ever seen, and I ain't even gonna call them fights, is when what's her name snatched Kenya, Portia, and then when Cynthia kicked Portia in the stomach on the boat. You remember that?
the clips.
And I said, now, Portia, when you grab Kia ass by that wig, I said, bitch, you should have mollywopped her. The Bravo special had been over.
You know, let's be honest, it would really ruin that brand if they was on there fighting. Like that's not what the housewives are. The housewives are not on there, not real fighting. I mean, maybe a strategically thrown cocktail, but
now you know, Candy look like she'll walk a bit down.
Yeah, but at this point, ain't nobody trying to get walked down by her. So I don't anticipate. Well, at least nobody in the current.
I don't know how Marlo been at it lately, and the little friend of the show.
I'm ready.
Baby, she came at Candy, baby. Candy said, I'm about to yank this bitch like that.
Marlo, that's the one be looking nice in the clothes. I like Marlo.
I love Marlo. I love me some Marlo.
Yeah, she be looking good.
Okay, so let's move on. So our man, trying to get this.
I like
this.
Our man Tyler Perry is in the news.
Balling.
Hey sis.
Tyler Perry has acquired, the word on the street is he has acquired the right. He owns VH1.
No, he has it. Yeah.
Okay, VH1 and BET. What do we think about? He's the first black. Is it true that he's the first black to own the company?
No, wasn't it a black billionaire that sold it to Viacom?
Yeah, that was Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But did he own it outright though?
I don't know if he owned it outright, but he showed up a good portion of it.
I don't, listen, Tyler Perry is a story within himself. I mean, talk about owning your content. You hear me? I mean, from having his plays and owning those to building to coming out here and jumping in East Point and getting all that land and building all those mega studios and putting all his stuff. And then he went and bought a network with a brand name to put all his content on. After he put it on there, then he went and bought it to make sure the ownership is just incredible. He's
let's
talk more unprecedented. I mean, Oprah walked so that Tyler could fly. You hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that Tyler Perry, if anybody can do it, it's him. I also think that he needs to bring back some of the classics. Let's bring back Bobby Jones Gospel.
No, why we gonna bring Bobby Jones no singing?
I want to see them old Bobby Jones shows.
Why would we bring Bobby Jones flat tone, no singing ass back?
You know, a lot of people want it back. That's what I was reading in the comments.
I want it back, but not Bobby.
I don't want Bobby. I want. Why can't I remember the name?
Get a whole
the video show, the video one. What was it?
Donnie Simpson.
Yeah, Donnie Simpson.
Ooh,
I need all the reruns of his show.
Them eyes, him and Sherry Shepherd. Who was on the one?
He had everybody on there. I want to see the Jodeci episode. I want to see the Shot episode. I want to
get the 106 part crew back for me.
Now you know I don't want to see a bunch of Tyler Perry sitcoms in bad wigs. That's what I don't want to see.
Well, you know that's what we're gonna see, right? He gonna.
I see a whole bunch of Tyler Perry sitcoms and bad wigs in real life.
Yeah, we definitely gonna. All his shows gonna be on there. Definitely, it's gonna be Tyler Perry After Dark, Tyler Perry Gospel Hour. Tyler Perry.
Well, he's trying to look like Trey right now. Look at Tyler.
I'm just glad that somebody black owns it, and
incredible.
Let's see what he can do to take it to the next level. So let's move on to our next story. So I'm about to go in, y'all. So this last week at the White House, they had a gay pride celebration. And there was a trans, let me get my information correct before I go in on her. There was a trans influencer by the name of Rose Montoya. And she has taken to social media, and I have the clip, but they won't let me play the clip. But she's taken to social media. She went to the White House and she bared her breast, and now she's saying, well, the video went viral, and she's saying that she feels slighted because, in quote, she says, "My trans masculine friends were showing off their top surgery scars and living in joy, and I wanted to join them. And because it is perfectly within the law of Washington, D.C., I decided to join them and cover my nipples just to play it safe." The White House has responded to the backlash, saying that this behavior is inappropriate and disrespectful for any event at the White House. It is not reflective of the event we hosted to celebrate the LGBTQ plus families or the other hundreds of guests who were in attendance. Individuals in the video will not be invited to future events. So she's taking to social media and she's pissed off. And I want to say to her, this is what sets the movement back. You cannot force feed people this stuff and expect them to just take it. That's
Can you
not
take
what,
that down a little bit? Because I really want to see your face as you say that. A little bit less her, a little bit more you right now.
You cannot force feed this stuff to people and accept them just to take it. Just because you're out loud and proud and you wanna bare your breast and hey, be proud. But don't do. There was kids there, and not even if there's kids there, people. It's not respectful, and it doesn't put us in a good light. And I think it's trashy. I think it's thirsty. I think it's I don't know. I could go on, but y'all already know how I feel about some of this trans stuff. It just puts a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm sure it puts a bad taste in other people's mouths. Dears, how do you feel about it?
So I respect the rights of anyone to be who they want to be and live how they want to live. It was not appropriate. You're at the heart of democracy. It was not appropriate for the occasion. It was not reflective of the White House or what they were trying to do. I mean, you're hosting LGBTQ community members and family members. It was hundreds of people there from what I read. And it was a stunt. It was clickbait. And you just don't do that. And so you just don't do that at the White House. You don't go to the White House or Congress or the Supreme Court and pull that kind of stunt and think that it's okay. Now, had she been at the park or somewhere else,
that's what the Pride Parades
we'd have been talking about it maybe in a different sense. You know, even with the Pride Parades now, if you come to our Pride Parade with that shit, they're going to rush your ass. You know, but it just was not appropriate for the occasion. And I agree with Ashleigh when he said stuff like this sets the movement back. You don't have to prove who you are. We already know who you are.
Yeah. You know, I hate this.
And promoting LGBTQ rights is not about putting your titties out on display.
Yeah. I hate this thing where we part of equality is suddenly losing not having any dignity. You know, like it's okay to be out. It's okay to be proud. Nobody is trying to silence you by saying we don't want to see your titties right now. Like if you ain't breastfeeding, why are they out? You know, it's just there is just a time and a place for things. And I think we are entering a point in time. Maybe I'm just getting old, but when did having some dignity, when did having, I don't know, a little daycare room, when did that become a bad thing? You know, like it's okay sometimes to cover up sometimes, you know, and I don't think it does anything for us, for our community, but I think that something like this is bigger than our community. Like this doesn't do anything
because people, it hurts us because people people took what she did and they use this to justify all this homophobia, all this transphobia. They use this kind of stuff to reinforce their prejudices. And so what she should have did was gone there, been elegant, been beautiful, you know, for the occasion, because that's what the occasion
I mean, since you're showcasing femininity, let's see it.
Yeah.
Let's see it. I agree. It rubs me so wrong that
you know what she said?
People don't want to look.
You know, people often give this this analogy, and it's kind of cliche, but I think that it still stands. Like when you meet a straight or a straight person, they don't say, "Hi, my name's George and I'm straight."
Right.
Or, "Hi, my name's George. Look at my," you know, it's unnecessary. So why do us as gay people feel that we always have to put our sexuality or our orientation or whatever it is, we have to make such a scene and a production out of it?
I would argue that that the production sometimes is what others us, right? Because what we're trying to say is that we're not different. We're just like you. We deserve the same rights as you. But then when we go and we constantly feel the need to put on a performance, it others us. You know, it's not always necessary. And you can be proud and you can be loud and proud without me looking at your areolas at the White House. You know, make it make sense. Where's the maturity? You know, where is the maturity? When did it stop being okay to transition into adulthood and have some maturity and put on some clothes sometimes? I don't know.
What were we saying, Darius?
Some of this is because you have a group of people, some of whom many had to hide who they were or shelter who they were for whatever reasons.
I get it.
And now that they feel that they can be free, and I'm not telling anyone not to be your authentic self, but I think there is such a thing. There's a time and occasion for everything, and showing your tatas at the White House is just not it. Now, she made a statement talking about her trans masculine friends are showing off their top surgery scars and living in joy, and she wanted to join him. But here's the difference: they weren't doing it at the White House.
Yeah,
they might have been doing it at the park in DC, but they weren't at the White House. They weren't in the White House not doing that.
Let me be very clear here. Having to put on a shirt sometimes does not take away your visibility.
Right.
It does not take away your visibility. You know, put on a shirt that say "I am trans." How about that? There you go. We'll see you somehow. But we don't
like I said, I'm just over some of
she won't be back.
She what?
She won't be back. She shouldn't be.
Oh no, they don't have her back. So
they shouldn't. Don't nobody want to see that foolishness.
You can still have happy pride and not be inappropriate. So moving on, this story is kind of connected to this story. Demi Lovato says she's using she/her pronouns again because explaining the they/them pronouns to people was exhausting. Speaking of exhausting, Demi Lovato, you're exhausting because you are using this, I think, for attention. She may not be, but to me, whatever. What do you guys have to say about it?
The fact that she couldn't commit kind of says that maybe she shouldn't have done it. And also this idea that I'm tired of explaining myself. Isn't the point that you don't have to explain yourself?
Well, you know, on the over on when we did the King show, King Jives and the Kings, I would get a lot of flack because I always took a different stance from the rest of the group on this kind of stuff. And this is the reason why I feel the way I feel, because people so easily one morning wake up and say, oh, I want to be this. And the next morning, oh, I'm tired of this. I want to do that. That's why I have such a problem with this, because people use it so just blasé, and they don't. It's not a lifestyle. I think people use it because it's fun, it's trendy, it gets your attention on social media, and I'm totally against that because me coming up as a young black gay man. What'd you say?
I take a slightly different perspective. I think there are some people in the life that were never allowed to be anything other than what they were told they could be. And so I think for some people, they are truly exploring who they are. I do also think it is possible. Also, what you're saying is that you have people that are just kind of tried it on, like they're trying on a skirt.
Yeah.
And what I don't think that they realize is you're hurting the people that are really seeking to find themselves.
Yeah, I think the problem
here
is
how they want the world to see them.
Yeah, the problem here, in my opinion, is the fame. Because young people explore, they go, they go back and forth, and I think finding yourself is okay. I'm okay with pronouns. Tell me what they are. I will do my best. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. I really don't have an interest in making people uncomfortable, and I'm okay with having to do a little extra thinking. But we are just oversaturated with things from these famous young people, and then they are going through so much. Rich people, they're trying to kill themselves, they're changing their pronouns to back and the forth. They say they're part of these community. You may see the support, you may not see the support. We just get exhausted on them, and it's just kind of like, can you just go sit down somewhere and grow up?
Well, can I be clear?
I think the fame is the issue.
Let me say this. I have a problem with it because all my life I've known who I was. I was allowed to be who I was. I was a young black gay boy coming up in an all-white, predominantly school neighborhood. I was called fag. I was called queer. I had stuff thrown at me. But I still lived in my truth. And I feel like these young kids these days don't have to go through that. They say, oh, I want to be gay. But at the same time, if someone calls them a fag, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to feel the heat of it. They just want to be different and live out and proud, but they don't want to fight for who they want.
But actually, my response to you is, first, everybody didn't come the way you came, and we have to be cognizant of that. Everybody didn't.
Can you speak up, Darius? I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Okay. I said my response to you would be, first, you have to recognize that everybody's experience is not yours. Everybody didn't. There are some people that I can talk about myself. I experienced a lot of trauma in my teenage years because I was not in an environment where I could be honest about who I was. So that's not your story. It's not everybody else's story. We have to remember that because you're looking at it from your experience. That's not everybody else's experience.
Yeah, I am a firm believer in that we shouldn't be trying to quantify pain or struggle, right? Oh, I've been stabbed, or I got shot. Pain is pain. And so whatever these young people are going through, it is real and it is legitimate for them. And I think that we do want to be careful when we have conversations like this to not minimize people's struggles or what they're going through, or, hurt is hurt and it hurts.
Well, you guys, I feel that, but I also feel that people in our generation, like the 40s and up, and even people older than us, the Stonewall generation, they had to fight for the rights that these young kids have today. And I don't feel that they appreciate that at all.
Well, that's the way of young people.
Let me finish. I feel that we have pride. We have Pride season. And I bet if I go out to this Pride parade next weekend and I ask 10 people there, why are we here? Why are we celebrating Pride? I bet you they won't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the way of the youth. Ask them about anything and they don't know. Our youth are getting more and more ignorant.
That's the problem.
The library in their pockets, in their phones, the bigger the library in these phones, the less people know. So, I mean, when we talk about they don't understand Pride, they don't know Black history. They might not know whether or not they live in a city or what state they live in. I mean, look at the videos. These kids.
I just get so passionate about it because I feel like there's so much work that has been done. And this generation wants it, but they don't want to keep the work going.
They don't, and we are seeing the effects of that politically across our nation.
But here's the thing: a lot of them don't know the work because they don't know the struggle the way that some of us did.
They don't. They live in a completely different world, and that is what change is. That is the gift and the curse to change, right? In a forward movement is what gets lost in the process. And these new children, they're living a dream, but they don't understand what got them there. But again, that same argument can be made across the board. They don't know Black history. They don't know about slavery. They don't understand what's going on with voting right now. Young people, it's not all young people, but so many young people just aren't educated in general. And then look what's happening. Education is gutted and continuing to get gutted. They are banning books. This is bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you put up Jaleesa's comment, Ashley?
What'd you say?
Can you put up Jaleesa's comment?
Yeah, I am agreeing there. They have to discover who they are, and I agree.
As a lesbian mom whose child just came out as non-binary, I'm incredibly proud since I couldn't be me at a young age. but we have to let them discover who they are, then adopt the work.
Yeah, it's a process, and their process looks different from ours, but it doesn't mean they aren't going to get there. They aren't going to have any choice. This new set of generation is going to have to start fighting for rights that we just got that they're already trying to dial back. So
Exactly.
it's coming, whether they want it or not, whether they see it or not. They better start TikToking it. And hey, you know, they trying to take TikTok from these kids too. I guess that might be what wake them up.
Yeah. So yes. So we'll leave that story there. We have to get going because it's we're almost out of time, and I know you guys want to get this Sukihana story. So moving on, Sukihana and what is his name? YK Osiris. We're in the news today. I guess they were at some kind of event, and OK Osiris was shooting his shot. She wasn't really feeling him back, and he kissed her in the mouth. And she felt totally uncomfortable about it, and now people are coming after her on social media because of the image that she portrays and saying that she shouldn't be complaining. Let's talk about it. Shaq, I'll let you take this.
Well, you know, her Twitter, if I understand correctly, I know the last time I looked, Twitter was down. She's already taken everything down. She was attacked. You know, there has been so much chatter about this story, and the comments have been heartbreaking for me to watch women saying that she deserved it. And then they brought up examples like when she was flirting with him and And so I would like to take this time out to say that consent is always required, and it is never wrong to ask for it. You always have to stop. I don't care if you mid-stroke. If somebody says stop, you stop. If they look uncomfortable, you stop. Pay attention to your partner. If your partner has a weird look on their face, inquire about it. You know, consent is always required. You can't just grab people and then go after them and then get mad at them if they're not feeling it and then throw into their face what they did to deserve it or how they invited it. Because so what if they did? I can uninvite you at any given moment, right? My body is my body. Your body is your body. And so what bothers me so much about this is that it was obvious in the video, right, that he was just doing too much. He went at her. He's all up in her. She trying to get away. It just got bad, and it just got nasty. And the only comments we should have been having is, why is this young man all over her in public and feeling the need to not pull away? And then he went looking for support. You know, everybody started attacking, talking about what Suki did to deserve it and how she was this, that, and the other. And that's the conversation that people are having about how something is wrong with her. Therefore, she deserves to be terrorized. And that is just, I am not saying that Suki's behavior is right. I am simply saying that every human being deserves body autonomy and they deserve respect of their body. You should always seek consent, and it is never too late to require consent. It is never too late to change your mind. And I'm telling you, folks in these comments talking about what's wrong with her, talking about what they should be allowed to do based on the fact that you are not right, or you are not this, or you are not that. And that is how you create the next breed of sexual predators. This is why we have a sexual predator problem out there. This is why women don't feel safe. This is why men also don't feel safe. This is why when we look at statistics, what's it like 1 in 5 women have been sexually assaulted or something? Like, the numbers are just crazy. I ask the women in your life to speak honestly. We are in the age where the diaries are now on Facebook now. So people are talking about what they've been through. Ask the women in your life how many of them have been assaulted. Ask the men in your life how many of them have been touched or have had their penis grabbed or something that they really wasn't looking for or wasn't asking for. Like, it's out there. Like, we are assaulting each other. We are not seeking consent. And if you watch that video and you see that moment when that woman starts to squirm, I don't know how you see that and your stomach doesn't drop out, because we are not supposed to see that live today. That was just.
So I guess, playing devil's advocate, one could ask, do you think that she needs to change her persona?
I do not.
I absolutely do not.
I do not. You can be as nasty and gross, as freaky as you want. Ain't nobody supposed to touch you if you don't want to be touched.
That was assault.
That was assault.
That was sexual harassment. That was assault.
That was sexual assault.
She did not give him permission to kiss her, that is assault.
You know how you give somebody permission to kiss you?
I don't care what
I give you permission to kiss me.
Yes. I don't care what you think about her persona, how she may dress, how she may carry herself, but and this is the problem with our society. Why was nobody holding him accountable?
Right.
Why is nobody saying she didn't give you permission to kiss her?
Why do you have to be appropriate to demand respect?
She didn't give you permission to engage her that way.
Right. We have got to stop talking about respect like it's only given to someone who's appropriate. You do not have to be appropriate to command respect and to own your body.
You know what? Memorial Day weekend, I was hanging out with some friends in Orlando, and I hung out with a friend I hadn't seen in a very long time, and a very close friend of mine who I hang out with regularly. Later came to me we were all at this event together. Later came to me and told me that my friend touched him inappropriately. He was really upset about it.
Yeah.
It's not that he didn't think that the guy didn't look good or whatever else, but it was the approach. And then you grab me, you assume things about me, and you grab me on an assumption.
Yeah.
And my friend got really upset. And we gotta stop doing that.
Yeah. There was a study recently out of Germany. I was reading about it, and it talked about how a third of the German male population thinks it's okay to hit women. A third of the population.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
A third of the population. The Germans are freaking out. They like, we got to talk to these boys. They think it's acceptable. Oh, she got a little slap. You know, I might have popped her. What? No.
Women in my family, baby, you'll be planning your funeral right now.
So where do we think this will go? Do you think he'll be charged for this?
No. She has disappeared. She done ran off. She done released a statement talking about how she got issues. All her traumas on display. He's somewhere running around with his homeboys. Men are jumping to his defense. Women, as always in the black community, the women are have the same fervor and are coming for her. And it is concerning to me. It's highly concerning to me that anybody saw anything other than sexual assault. We have got to do better as a people. We have got to do better. If we don't raise these young children better, if we don't teach these young boys to recognize how their behavior, what they're doing, if we don't teach these young girls to recognize this behavior, if we don't teach people that what they do with their body is their business, but regardless of what they're doing, they shouldn't be touched, they shouldn't be assaulted unless they invite it. And by invite, I mean they say they want it. If we don't get a hold of this in our community, what are we doing as a people?
Well, I wish her the best. We'll see how this pans out. Yeah, I guess we'll be looking for what happens with this. So moving on to our fashion files, we're going to go through this really fast because we don't have our other fashion expert on here tonight. So it's me and
oh yeah, this gonna be good.
So let's just have fun with it and see some of the looks, some of the best looks this week. We have Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner and Jean Paul Gaultier.
Ooh.
This is a new trend. This Jean Paul Gaultier, the prints on the clothes. Yes. They've been wearing this a lot. The naked bodies printed on the clothes. I like it.
He got a bathing suit on.
What'd you say?
Looks like he's wearing a bathing suit.
That's what it's supposed to look like. Yeah. I like it. What do you guys think?
I don't know what's going on, but I think it look cool.
I like it. First of all, I love Bad Bunny. So I
like Bad Bunny though. Like I think he always look nice.
Yeah, I like it. So
I swung another way. You know what I'm saying?
I give them. So we all like it. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. We have Gabrielle Union in Versace. She's doing. She's in a movie actually with T.S. Madison, The Perfect Find. It's going to be on Netflix. Mm-hmm. So she's doing press for that. She was on Good Morning America this morning. What do we think?
Pepto-Bismol.
I love Gabrielle. Can do no wrong to me. So I like it. It's cute.
Yeah, it look like Pepto-Bismol, but I'm with it.
Gabrielle can do no wrong to me.
She always look good. Yeah,
she's beautiful. Do we like it or hate it?
I like it.
I do like it, and that's not a color I would think I like, but I like it. She
But, it looks good on her skin tone, and look at her legs.
The contrast is everything.
Yeah, so look at her legs.
Yeah, chocolate. Okay, moving on. We have Jaden Smith in head to toe Louis Vuitton.
Hated it.
I mean, if he was 10 years old, that would be fire, right? Like,
this baggy clothes shit.
He would be the coolest looking.
Yeah, I wish he was fitted. I wish he was fitted a little bit. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs down.
Them shoes is interesting. I think I like the shoes.
I love those shoes. Yeah,
those is cool.
Yeah. But we hate it overall.
Yeah. Ain't he like 25 or something now?
I don't know. It's too baggy. We're not doing the baggy stuff anymore. Darius was right.
Show that body.
He looked like he got a chicken plate stashed in the back of his car.
Moving on, we have Jeremy Pope.
I bring all the snacks in the movie theater.
Moving on, we have Jeremy Pope in Belmont. I like the figure. I like anything that looks like 1976 through 79. I like. I love the way men dressed back in the 70s. So now that this is coming back, I'm in love with it.
He look like one of the Isley brothers.
Yeah, exactly. I like it.
Is he in a Dreamgirls production?
No, that's just how he dresses.
Them bell-bottom pants is weird. I like the top though. The top is fire.
But it's different.
The 70s are coming back for men's fashion, so
I'll go with it because it's different.
Okay, so we love it.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't say I love it, but I can go with it.
But we don't hate it.
I mean, I don't know.
We don't hate it. He's safe.
Okay. Moving on, we have, she's going to be on my list every week. Northwest and Kim Kardashian in head to toe Chanel.
I'm tired of seeing her in all black. Can she get another color?
They look like some ghetto Power Rangers.
She look like she playing in Blade.
Y'all are not gonna do my Kim.
Kim, get you a different color.
I'm too poor to be looking at this. I don't get it. Where they going? Okay,
so you guys, thumbs down, man.
They going to see the new Batman movie or something? Like, I don't get it.
She got a daughter looking like what's the movie with Morpheus?
Oh, The Matrix. Yeah,
The Matrix. She got her looking like she in The Matrix.
Yeah, so crazy.
What do I say every time you put up Northwest? I want to see her put on some Spider-Man shoes and some Batman shoes so bad that I want to see her with an Elmo doll or something. Ain't she only like 10 years old?
Northwest, that outfit she has on is probably more than some of our mortgages. So.
I know. I'm too poor to be saying anything here. This is not in my tax bracket.
Look at some black trash bags. I can make that.
Moving on, we have Jordan E. Cooper. He is the playwright of the first black male playwright on Broadway in his 20s. He was nominated for a Tony this last Sunday. He's wearing off-white.
I don't like it because it's not form-fitting.
Wait a minute, is Off-White the name of the brand? Or
Off-White is the name of the brand.
That's not Off-White, that's tan.
Yeah, that's the name of the brand.
I would like it if it was form-fitting, but it looks really big.
Ooh, that would
those nice. Boxy suits are coming back.
Yeah, no. Like, where his hands at? His hands just lost in his clothes.
Look at the length of the jacket. The length of the jacket. Look where his hands are. Like,
it's like my son. That time I bought him a little suit, and the suit was too big, and I didn't know how to buy little suits for boys yet. And so my baby hands was coming through, and they was just poking through a little. It looked like he got dressed by a stud mama that don't know how to shop yet.
So we don't like it.
No, we don't like it.
Okay, moving on. Lupita Nyong'o was at the Tony Awards as well. She got a lot of controversy over this outfit. She's wearing Misha Japanwala. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a breastplate, and it looks like her breast, but it's a plate that they molded out of her breast, and it's silver.
Baby, her breast her breastplate need a push-up.
I didn't think it was possible for me to see that woman and not be attracted, but it just happened.
You guys don't like it. I liked it because it was different, but y'all not feeling it.
Also not in my tax bracket.
I don't want to go with this one.
She is such a beautiful woman. How did they make this woman
beautiful?
beautiful?
But this dress,
not here. Not here. No, that's not her.
Okay, moving on. We have Rihanna in Vetements, Louis Vuitton, and Balenciaga.
Is she still pregnant?
Yeah, she's still pregnant.
Do she still not give a damn?
What?
Rihanna don't give a damn. Rihanna is Rihanna. She don't hear Rihanna.
Now, a lot of people were saying this is brilliant, and then there were some people in the comments saying y'all are saying it's brilliant because it's Rihanna. Because if you saw a normal person walking around with that,
she look a hot mess.
Yeah,
she look like.
I'm about to be like, is she homeless?
You know what this look like, right? When you done lost your clothes and now you gotta skip out somebody's house real quick. So you done grab one of their hoodies and threw it on real quick, and then you grab your coat, and now you trying to get to the car. That's what that look like.
She look like she finna get in the car and go to Publix to get some milk. She don't really care how she looks.
She look like she forgot her spend the night bag and she had to get her nigga hoodie. That was she
went down to the corner store. She really don't care how she looks. She just going in to get something real quick and coming out.
So we hate it.
Find nothing but her shoes.
I ain't gonna say I hate it, but I don't like this look on her.
Okay, moving on. We have Coi Leray in Saint Laurent.
Now, I never thought I'd see a picture of her and I would be attracted. But hello.
She bad. I love it.
I like it.
I ain't really into that skinny stuff, but girl.
Is she a contender for best dress of the week?
Yes, I would buy her a sandwich.
Okay, and last we have, what'd you say?
She give me a little Eartha Kitt vibe.
It is giving Eartha Kitt.
I see that.
I do see it.
My God.
So last we have J-Lo in Gucci.
I don't like it.
I think the problem now is that it don't matter what J-Lo put on now. I'll just be like,
She could have did way better than this. I don't like it.
I don't want to see J-Lo in nothing but a movie where she beating up some men. The end.
Okay, so out of everybody, we have Coi Leray and we have
with Pepto-Bismol. She was looking good too.
So who is it? Is it Gabrielle Union, Coi Leray, or Bad Bunny?
That's a tough choice. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He look nice. I like Coi though, because and I really like it because I don't think I really think of her as being best dressed in anything. So I feel like I give it to Coi.
Coi, let me go back. I'm trying to do everything at once.
Yeah, Coi for me. Gabby do look good. Look at that Pepto-Bismol, girl. Woo! Look like she take away all your stomach pain.
Yeah. So Coi Leray for best dress of the week.
I like what's going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where she would wear it though, but I like it.
She was performing in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but see, I like Bad Bunny's look. I feel like that's a look, you know. And who's the woman with him in the photo?
Kendall Jenner.
Well, you know, Bad Bunny would look good no matter where he did it, right? Like if I saw her somewhere outside or somewhere professional in this, I'd be like, girl, what you doing? But now Bad Bunny, he look good whether he had a nice event or he performing or he in the local Barnes and Nobles or he at Starbucks trying to get a smoothie. I see where you're going with that.
Bad Bunny is fine to me. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, I like him. Look at Jocelyn. That's my girl. We need to give it to her.
Okay, so Coi Leray is the best dress of the week. So that is our show tonight, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We want to thank Darius for joining us over here. He's family. He's welcome anytime.
We love him. Could I give a shameless plug? I would like to first call out my hat, this wonderful hat. I love it so much. And I stole it from my cousin. And now I'm determined to wear it everywhere and tell people about it. I know she's mad watching this right now. But also y'all can visit her website, getbalance7.com, and go get y'all, things that you might need. Getbalance7.com. Balanced7.com. Look at my hat. I look good on it. That's it. That's all.
Awesome. Well, we love you guys. Thank you for please share and like. We love you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We will be back here next week, same time, new set of hot topics, and we will see you soon. Everyone be safe and God bless.
Good night.
Good night.